So now that I've shown you how to actually animate using both the HTML5 canvas and the DOM, let's talk a little bit more about when you would choose each. So let's look at some of the advantages of using DOM animation. Well, first, and almost the most important, is that it doesn't use HTML5 at all. So when you do DOM animations, it will work in most older browsers. Another advantage is that the content is accessible. So if I draw some text or some graphics into a canvas element, it's just a bunch of pixels. So as far as the browser goes, it's not text, it's just pixels. So that content is really difficult to make accessible. If I'm just animating DOM elements around, well, those are regular HTML elements which are fully accessible. Now, in some older browsers, animating DOM elements may actually be faster than animating things in Canvas. Now, this is definitely not true in most of the new browser versions today, because most browsers are actually hardware accelerating their canvas. And this is particularly true on iOS and in Chrome and Safari. The canvas is extremely fast because it's all hardware accelerated. But for older browsers, you definitely might see a performance increase if you're animating DOM elements around. So let's look at the advantages of using canvas animation over the DOM. So like I just mentioned, most modern browsers are hardware accelerating their canvas, which is crucial to be able to put your graphics on the GPU. And this is on mobile a very important thing if you want to get good performance out of your animations. Another really important thing of doing canvas animation is that the content can be easily rotated and transformed, which is something that you really can't do or is difficult to do using DOM elements. Now, one thing that's very important about Canvas is you have pixel level access to the things that are in that canvas. So when you're animating DOM elements around, you obviously don't have that pixel level detail with which to customize your content. So generally, you're going to want to use DOM animation when you want to animate existing HTML elements. Like I showed you in the example in the last movie, maybe you have a div, you want to animate the position or maybe the size of that div. DOM animation is obviously the choice you want to use for that. Use Canvas for highly interactive content like games or when low-level manipulation is necessary. And again, in most modern browsers now, Canvas performance far exceeds that of DOM animation. So if you're building a really intensive game, you're definitely going to want to do something like that in the Canvas element. In some cases, DOM animation can be combined with Canvas animation. So you can have certain canvases on your screen handling some types of animation, other things you can be animating just as DOM elements. So it's definitely not an all or nothing type of thing. You need to choose the right solution for whatever project you're building.